I was told to
What
shush.
is up, everybody?
I was told to shush.
What's up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. We're back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is the place where you get actionable ideas, insight, and inspiration to turn your real estate career into a life of freedom. And as you can already tell, this is going to be a fun episode. We have the incontrovertible, the irrepressible Glenn Twiddle is with us today. Our Australian friend, marketing genius, and all-around fun guy. So we're going to have a great time talking about some marketing tips for immediate impact in your business. We're going to take some questions, both from the Facebook group and live. So guys, make sure to put in your questions on what we can help you with in your business right now, today. And then we have Greg, who is looking like looks like apparently the CEO of the Crips and/or Bloods. Greg McDaniel, how are you today?
I thought he looked a bit homeless.
Well done.
So I am a homeless gangster, is what I'm hearing.
This is hashtag homeless gangster. Love it.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, in all honesty, I felt like garbage. Yesterday I went to the office and I tried to do some work. I did my calls. I did what I had to do. But I mean, I was sitting there doing my calls, and I immediately started feeling horrible. And I came back home. I was on a call with Hank Avix and our fellow coaches today. And dude, that was at noon. I woke up at 2:20, just waking up with a 2-hour and 20-minute nap. I don't know what this virus thing is, but it is kicking me squarely in the taint. And last year I was sick for an entire month, as you well know, Johnson. And I am not doing that again this year, but I am going to take it slow. I am going to get better. I am not going to over push it. And that's one of the things, Glenn, me, you, a lot of the people that are on the show that watch this show, we all push it so hard that we have got to remember to sometimes just pump the fucking brakes, because if your body tells you to slow down, slow the fuck down. Otherwise it will slow you down. You have two choices. You put the brakes on, or it puts the brakes on. You don't want it putting the brakes on, because that's what I do with Matt on a daily basis. I put the brakes on Johnson. I said, no, Johnson, shush, you go slower.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how that conversation goes. All right, so let's bring in Glenn, because this is a great kind of way to kick off the conversation. I'd love to get Glenn's perspective on how much he hustles during the holidays. I assume they have Christmas in Australia. You're not another planet down there. First of all, Glenn, welcome officially to the show. Thank you for being here.
Oh man, thanks for having me. And you're right, it is an interesting phenomena that, it's a shame that, here's a tip for podcasters: always start recording the minute everyone gets together, because if you guys had streamed the screwing around we were doing prior, that would have been the gold of the episode. But that being said, on a serious note though, and we're starting off a little bit somber, certainly not how we started off when we were screwing around before, but you guys would never know it, but because I keep that sort of side of me very private. But this has been a tough year. My most successful financial year, but also my most challenging year up here. And I tell you, I reckon I never had the health challenge. Like, there was no physical thing that whacked me. But I reckon I was a ticking time bomb that the health bomb was going to knock me up for a month or a week or a fortnight. But something was going to crack, because I was pushing myself, and still am, too hard without outlet, and so I'm just glad I caught it. And when I say I caught it, I didn't really do much different. I just stopped stressing about horse shit in the business that I couldn't control, and I started going all in more on the shit I love, hanging with you guys, going to Vegas and hanging out with a mentor for 2 days in a lockdown that's the stuff I love and I'm good at. So managing tax and paying off a tax debt, and, so that I can live my dream of not owing a cent to a soul in the world, which is where I'm at right now as of today. All that shit, man, that someone else has got to handle that. So I can go all in. I'm never going to get rich managing my debt, managing the business and all of that. I'm going to get rich going all in on what I'm masterful at.
Yeah. First, I want to comment on when your business knocks you up, you got a whole new different type of business we need to worry about, because that sounds like, Saturday Girl Special. My business knocked me up. Sounds a little interesting.
Some of the euphemisms I know don't translate. Like, actually, you guys can help me out. And look at this shameless plug, even though you can't buy it anywhere. This is the first copy of my book that they sent to me as a test to have a look at.
That looks so good.
Does the word punching above your weight, does that directly translate? Because I met some Americans that have no idea what that means.
Sounds like Matt's sex life.
Well, that's definitely, it's a metaphor for
I'll take that
certainly,
as a compliment, Greg. I appreciate it.
definitely with Naomi. That's what it means in Australia. It means you are batting out of your league. You are doing something that your genetics should not allow you to do, either with a partner who's more beautiful than you, and certainly in the case of Naomi, that's the case. Working out with Arnold Schwarzenegger, having that dude as my personal trainer, that should not be me. So in every area of my life, I consider that I'm punching above my weight. But my question to you guys is that not as common a term? In Australia, everyone knows what that means. But is it kind of, you can figure it out, but it's not a euphemism?
Not that common.
I've used it and heard it used. I can't imagine it's any less popular here in the States than it is in Australia. Yeah, I definitely know it. I've heard it many, many times before, and always in that same context.
Wow. So down below in the comments, if anyone could help me out as a bit of research, is there anyone who did not know that term very familiarly? Because I'm very serious when I know, do I have to retitle this book for USA release?
Yep. No, I honestly don't think you do, because everyone gets what you're saying, and they're intrigued. I was intrigued initially by that title, saying you're punching above your weight. That means you're fighting bigger, you're better. Ooh, I like this. I'm in. I really do like the title, though. I mean, it's a great photo. The photo speaks a lot about what you're talking about. When they see Arnold, when they see you working out, they get the whole, terminology. If they don't, they're a fucking retard, and forget them. They should not buy your book anyways, because they're going to walk around, bumping into walls in the broad daylight, so it's okay.
Cool. Actually, I just got back from the States, and Greg, we just missed crossing paths with your birthday and all of that. But I went to Gold's, and there's a little sign on the wall that I did get a photo of, and I'll dig it up. It's on my phone somewhere. But it says, no private personal trainers. Like, no private personal training. You have to go. And I said, well, tell that to that big Austrian dude who was yelling at me, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I would love to see the memo. He didn't read the memo. I would love to see the manager of the gym walking around excuse me, Mr. Schwarzenegger. Mr. Schwarzenegger, no personal training. We talked about this before. No personal training.
We talked about this.
The funniest thing in the world.
Arnold just turns around and just squeezes his head between his index finger and his thumb and just. Yep.
We talked about this. No.
A Star Wars theme, because Star Wars.
Yeah, he just turns around and just holds up his hand and chokes him. Exactly. Yep. All right, guys, let's.
I love having Glenn on this show.
I do too. All right, let's take a question, and then we might talk about this hustle thing, because I would love to get into this conversation a little bit too, because people have this question around the holidays, and there's a lot of guys out there that basically their public persona is, hey, I don't take the holidays off and all this stuff, and I think that's retarded to an extent. But let's take a quick question here on the marketing side. This is actually from Aaron Wittenstein himself. He says, who here is utilizing Facebook advertising via open houses to collect leads? And this is right in Twiddle's wheelhouse, and hopefully that's a term that carries across to Australia.
Yeah, what's a wheel? I guess it's my area of expertise.
That sounds sexual. That sounds sexual.
We'll take you down to the
Twiddle's wheelhouse. Y'all want to come down to Twiddle's wheelhouse for a good old time? Come on over here.
It's terrible. Terrible, Greg. God, nobody can share this episode with anybody because of that. Oh, man. Okay, Glenn.
You're the one that said Twiddle's wheelhouse. Okay? That was all you. Don't blame me.
I meant it in a perfectly pure way, as everything that comes out of my mouth. All right, Glenn. Facebook ads for open houses. What say you?
It may be my wheelhouse, but I am firmly in the camp, at least down in Australia, of being what we might deem the tallest midget, meaning, like...
You're the one-eyed king in the land of the blind.
Correct. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So what that means is, compared to the average real estate agent in Australia, I'm a freaking genius. But just getting back from 2 days with Frank Kern and other marketing legends for 2 days, I'm a rank moron, right?
What?
Moron. Idiot. freaking amateur. You know, not even the tallest midget. I'm just 2 inches taller than the shortest midget. But, you know, that Frank Kern has a way of making anyone feel, in the marketing sense, completely inferior, because he's a genius. He is a genius, right? No doubt. And so when I say that, I do say that every Facebook person who knows anything about truly how to target and use Facebook ads well is going to laugh at my inadequacy about my answer. They're going to go, oh, what does that Twiddle know? He barely knows, you know. So so I say that with that. But what I also say is, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king is very true here in Australian real estate at the very least. What I teach my guys to do gets them to be a household name within a very short amount of time, 6 to 12 months, and they can't walk down the street without being waved to, recognized, stopped in the street. Hey, you're that guy, blah, blah, blah. So it's still very pertinent, and I hope that over there in the States, and from what you and I and our mate Brian Casella and all of those guys that we've hung out with over the last year or two have, it tells me that it's true there as well. So let me just say what I would say, the way we do it. And I'm sure there's a million ways to skin the cat, but here's a very simple thing. Grab your phone at your open house. And now here's the first thing. You said open houses to get leads. So I'm going to sort of preface that sure, at the open house, ask for name, ask for details, be nice, smile for God's sake, and don't be a real estate wanker that we call it down here. You know, you just be cool kind of thing, right? Yeah. Smile and be nice and be genuine.
How dare you, Greg? I exude cool and genuine.
I sense I've tapped a nerve between you two there. Do you guys need a moment?
No. We've had enough moments. We've had enough moments.
Yeah,
it's okay. We can move on.
So be nice and get their details when you're there. You know, now some people might be a little more formal and say, look, as a matter of procedure, we require, you know, and maybe not that, you know, look, hey, just. Man, help me out, Matt. As a matter of procedure, kind of my owners are really insisting, blaming that third party. My owners are really insisting that I grab a name and a cell phone number from you. I promise I'm not going to annoy you to death. Just as a matter of, you know, kind of leaving no stone unturned. The owners have really insisted that I grab those deeds. That's cool, isn't it? That might be a way. So what I'm saying is, when they're there, yes, get the leads. Yes, follow up. You know, asking questions at the open home like, so where are you off to? Right now, if they're not off anywhere and they're not buying and they're not making a move, because remembering here in Australia, we are all about the listing. We're not really looking for buyers. We just want the next seller. That's it. Yeah. This property's going to sell itself. Our skills there are granted. They're there, but they're not. We just take them as a granted, right? Our skills to sell this home. So our open homes are all about getting the next listing. So we ask those questions very off the cuff, by the way. So where are you off to? Now, if they're not selling a house and moving somewhere, they're not going to just say nowhere, because that's socially inappropriate to just go nowhere. They're going to say, oh, no, man, we're just actually just checking out prices and seeing what's up. Right? They're going to give you some more info so that you follow them up appropriately to the needs of them being there. But more to the question is, it's not really about do you get leads at an open. That should be for anyone in real estate. If you really needed that be nice, smile, be genuine kind of, and ask those questions that I just asked in order to put them into some sort of CRM follow-up system, then we've got bigger problems at hand that you're not even nice and you're being perceived by that marketplace as a typical real estate wanker, right? So given that, yes, we are going to get leads and maybe that's some ways to do it, and I'd love to hear Greg's ways to do it as well, more to the point is how do we get more people to come to those open houses? And one of the things that I'm going to beat out of you guys, and it may take me years to do so, but I still hear about US realtors sitting open houses for 2 and 3 hours. Our open houses down here are 20 to 30 minutes so that we can cram in 15 opens in a day or in a weekend, and we get, we might only get 5 or 6 people per open, but they come through. We do 10 open homes on a Saturday. We get 50 human beings on a bad day to follow up and say where you off to or whatever, rather than sitting your ass there for 3 hours. Why? Because a seller told you that's the way to do it? Whose advice are you listening to? A seller telling you, oh, what, you're sitting there for 3 hours, spacing out 5 people over 3 hours. None of them get to see each other. I like it when they see each other. right?
Oh, yeah.
When they go,
Auction
ooh, is that
effect.
bastard going to buy? That's right. Just that mentality of, ooh, you know. So how do we get more people to come? One of the tactics that I really love is just grabbing this bad boy, going on Facebook Live and just saying, hey, it's Glenn here, like Greg does with his cold calls, damn it. Half the nation knows Greg because they see him on Facebook Live doing his business. So they see you on Facebook Live saying, hey, it's Glenn here. Hey, I'm about to open the doors here at 12 Smith Street, right here in Cerritos. Inside joke.
Cerritos.
Cerritos, right? I'm here at 12 Smith Street, Cerritos.
Anybody in the LA area will get that.
Yeah. So I'm here at 12 Smith Street, Cerritos. There are people lined up at the door already, but I just wanted to show you guys, my peeps here on Facebook Live, and we really need to catch up face to face one of these days. So if you're in the area, hey, swing by. Look, I've got water, and you know what? If you swing by and you mention this Facebook Live, I will give you a Glenn Twiddle hat, right, or something. And come on in now. Have a look at this place. As you can see, this place here has got the this and it's got the that, and you show them through a quick 5-minute version of that house where it looks like you are trying to sell the house to them, because I want them to see you doing your job, right? I want the people. And so you get a nice Facebook Live of you attempting to sell the house. Click post. Then right then and there, you've already got an audience, and we've talked about this in past podcasts, but you've already got an audience that's very geographically targeted with age-appropriate demographics and all of that. So 35 to maybe 55 years old, or whatever the average most likely age of a property seller is in your area. You dump that right on your area with maybe a 1 or 2 kilometer, 1 or 2 mile, got to do the thing, 1 or 2 mile radius.
Kilometer what?
Right on your area with the age-appropriate audience, and that audience becomes your patch. It's your farm. They get inundated. They are sick of the sight of you because you are omnipresent in their world. And every time they log into Facebook, it says Greg McDaniel was like Greg is, because I've raised my hand a little bit with Greg McDaniel as part of his audience. So I see him either a real estate, an REU episode like this is, or one of his making cold call kind of live streams where he's making calls live. I'm Greg's marketplace, right? And so if you do that, but rather than being across the world to Greg's marketplace being real estate agents, it's geographically in your area, and you become as famous to that area as Greg McDaniel is to us as real estate agents. And that includes things like, and there's many, many things, of course, you can do with that little patch. But one of the things with particular regard to open houses is inviting that patch to open houses by recording that Facebook Live and clicking boost then and there to that Facebook Live with $10 for one day. $10 one day. So if you're doing 10 open homes, you might do that Facebook Live on 7 of them, right? So that's, heaven forbid, a $70 budget. Now, for those people in that area, Matt, with your knowledge of Facebook, that audience size is probably going to be about 10, 20, 30,000 people at maximum. $70 is still going to get you maybe to 5 to 10,000 of those people per week, right? So what that means is when they log in to their Facebook all day Saturday, what are they going to see all freaking day? Is Greg McDaniel doing open houses, doing the business of real estate, trying to hustle and sell properties. Guess who's in that 30,000 people? All of the vendors of the opposition's listings with agents that are sitting there doing sweet F all on a 3-hour open house with feedback that they've gotten.
What is that, Paul? What is that, Paul?
Sweet F all.
Oh,
sweet load of nothing, let's just say.
Damn it.
They've been getting report week after week after week of, there was no one at our open house this week. I was there for 3 hours and no one rolled up because it was too much of the grand final was on, the Super Bowl was on, the finals were on, the footy was on. It was too hot, it was too cold, it was too windy, it was too fiery. There was too much smoke. There wasn't enough smoke. There's all these reasons they're giving that there was
too much air.
There's too much air.
Too much oxygen.
There was too much air.
Highly oxygenated.
All of the reasons that there was no one there. It was too nice a day, so they were at the beach. It was too shitty a day, so they were inside. There's all the feedback of why their open house wasn't well populated, and in their head, they're sitting there going, well, tell that to that Greg McDaniel motherfucker. He was like a beast all day Saturday. And that, even if they don't say it, they're thinking it. Right? And it don't take too many weeks of saturation geographic marketing for Greg McDaniel to get the call from those sellers. And that's just the people who are in real estate mode. To say nothing of the people who need Greg McDaniel 3 years from now and get 3 years of that hustle, you don't have a competitor if you got a couple of years to wear them down.
Okay, so there's several things I want to take apart in that last rant. And by the way, I love it when you rant. This is a good rant. This is a good thing, not a bad thing. This is not when Matt talks. This is when you talk. Good things can come out of your mouth when you talk. And if all of you guys can't see, Matt is laughing his ass off right now. So in all complete seriousness, I really, really love the idea of doing like 4 open houses in one day. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing them,
revolutionary,
40, 45
Greg, I'm
minutes.
serious, bro.
That's huge.
If that's revolutionary, man, you need to be our test case, brother.
I'm in. I'm like Michael Phelps. I'll fucking do it. I'll swim that lap. I'm there for you.
Oh, you're swim that lap. Oh, I thought you meant rip that bong load. Sorry.
Hey. That's some good shit, dude. That's some good shit. It's Twiddle. That's the Twiddle shit right there, man. That hits so hard, but it feels so good.
Man.
But in all seriousness, and he's rubbing his eyes.
I should have never made a drug reference around Greg.
No, I've heard, and down here it's illegal. I'm not a pot smoker or whatever, but is it legal there now?
Oh yeah.
Is it now legal
in California?
Yeah. Wow. Dude, fuck legal. I've been smoking that shit since I was like 12. Are you kidding me?
But now you can do it, without
Publicly?
being in secret societies.
It's crazy. You can walk. Yeah, Santa Cruz is bad, especially because that was a pot stoner city to begin with. Now it's just gone mental. Just people walking down the street. They're like crossing the street in black hoodies at night, riding their skateboards while they're lighting up. It's absolute insanity.
Well, at least there's no fighting. There can't be crime.
That's still always the way Santa Cruz has been. It's always been a very drug-oriented environment. I mean, it's a fucking surfer town, man. Are you shitting me? It's the way it's always been.
Yeah. Man, I'd walk out at night in a stoner town. I wouldn't want to walk out at night in downtown frickin' L.A.,
Oh, hey, I lived in L.A. There are some parts you don't want to walk out in. I completely get it. But the point is that...
But don't worry. If you look like Greg does right now, you'll never be messed with.
Yeah, fuck with this look. See how that's going to work with you. I look like an out-of-work dock worker.
But if they do read the want to sell a house thing, all your cred's gone,
Yeah, gangster bitches! Want to sell a house, by the way? Yeah, want to sell a house? Yeah. But okay, so the 4 open houses Sunday are absolutely incredible, and this is something I want to get across to everybody, guys. If you're listening to us and you're like, I don't have an open house, I don't have any listings, I'm just starting out. How do I do this? Very simple. Go to the top producers in your office, ask to do 1 to 2 of their open houses, but do them in the same day, and explain exactly what Glenn just said. Go out there and it's like the concentrated version of an open house, not the diluted version, not the sit around, be lazy, be normal, be the typical agent. And this is why I'm on this like a dog with a bone, Glenn, because I love this, because you can be hyper focused on 123 Main Street for 45 minutes to an hour. You can go to 456 Maple for 45 minutes to an hour, and you can just really dive in on this stuff.
And you know what? I'm excited, man. You know what I'm excited? If there are any of my Aussies on here, they're sitting down there in the comments going, what the frickin' hell are these wankers so excited about? Because what I've just described is everyone in Australian real estate. Like, it is literally like me saying, Greg, you know what you should do? Man, here's a revolutionary idea. You should, wait for it. Now, I'm serious. Upload your properties to the internet. The World Wide Webs. I mean, it is literally the same thing. So I'm going to love this American stuff that you guys have dragged me over there, that the most basic tenets of how we do business. Now, admittedly, we do our open houses better. My clients do them better than anyone else. That when you stand out like the proverbial, when you get there for that hour, we call it stand out like dog's balls. I don't know if that's
Did not see that one coming.
Oh, I have lost total control of this episode. Oh my God, Glenn, you are not helping me out.
But anyway, what I'm saying is that I love that you have got, guys, the opportunity with a proven formula, an entire country. If anyone says, oh, that shit won't work, well, I've got 50,000 real estate agents that will say, you want to bet? You want to bet me? And you will win the bet, right? And yet, you by just doing this already proven model, you're going to be the purple cow, to quote Seth Godin back there. You know, so I love it. I love that you know, in the land of the blind here, the one-eyed man is. You guys are going to murder. And when Greg says, "Oh, you can do, wait for it, 4 opens in a day," you tell that to Chris Gilmore, and he'll laugh. Who does 20 in a day by having 2 teams of people doing 10 half-hour ones and just seeing the bodies and cramming them in. So.
Dude, I see. So there's so much to this, though, because I mean, now I'm getting really excited because you can prep this on social media and in all of your marketing. You can put mailers out talking about, hey, this home is only open from 1 to 2. It shuts at 2. At 1:45, you start waning it down. But then you do promotions. You can do pre-open house parties with just the neighbors. I mean, there is so much stuff you can do to pack that 1 hour that it's way more valuable than the 3 hours. Because let's be honest. How many homeowners actually want to be out of their house for 3 hours? Give them the same, if not more, in 1 hour.
Damn straight.
And then get in 3 hours. And if you can train the public, hey guys, this is when I'm open. That's it. Don't fucking knock on my door after at 2:45 or 2:15. Shit ain't open. Right? But you can do a Facebook Live, previewing it for 10-15 minutes before. In the same time frame, you can be doing a neighbors open house only for 30 minutes. You can do a public open house and literally hold them back, like Club 54. When Club 54 first opened up in LA, what they did is the fact that they're the only ones that did the velvet rope. It was a shitty fucking bar, and all they did is put a red velvet rope in front. And that made the allure. So what can you do to, Glenn? I want to have you answer this. What can the red velvet rope be for real estate agents for open houses so that 1 hour is more valuable than 3? Because let's be honest. I mean, I've slept through open houses. Literally, I've slept through open houses because I came back from working from the bar, being a bouncer, and I'm just sitting there smelling like a fucking brewery, and I'm like, someone's here. What? Hi, hey, good to see you. That's not very effective for anybody.
This is in Greg's infamous douche grunt days. Just like to point that out.
This was yesterday, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Crying out loud.
I wonder
but seriously, let's dive deep on this, dude.
I wonder if, and here's the thing. Rope? I'm just thinking, so let me answer your question because I love looking at other industries and how they do stuff and taking that principle and saying, how can we do that? So that's a great question. An immediate answer doesn't come to mind in that we've never had the line. But let me throw a few ideas out there and let's see if any one of them could be mutated into the red rope. One is just inviting everyone for reasons other than buying the house. Inviting neighbours to have a sticky beak, a peek, a look, a curious look at the house they've never seen in, just to look, not to buy, but just to look. Now, in Australia, there's been some controversy around this one, where we've said, hey, come and drop by just for an hour. Just drop by for 5 minutes. We'll be open for an hour. Just pop in for 5 minutes because having lots of people at this open house, when there are real buyers coming through, they won't know that all you neighbourly sticky beaks are just sticky beaks having a look. They'll think that it's an exciting, high-demand home, so they'll be less likely to put in low, silly offers. And then with that in mind, it protects the value of your home. So that 5 minutes investment of you just coming in, getting a free cap and a free bottle of water on a hot summer's day, having a free lollipop Chupa Chup for the kid, and all of that will also protect the value of your home. And you know what? It'd be great to put a face to the name as well. So inviting everyone for reasons other than buying the home, whatever that happens to be, and one might be the self-interest of protecting the value of their home by making for an exciting hour, right? So that might be one way. Another way is comment. I've got another idea, but comment on that one, Greg?
No, first off, sticky beak. I want you to explain sticky beak. I'm dying to understand what the hell that means. Because Haley... Haley's one of our resident Aussie besides yourself. She's out of Colorado, and she's like, sticky beak. Nobody understands that. I'm like, okay, what's a sticky beak?
Is that down in the comments? I'm not on Facebook today, it's a neighbour who would like, and you guys tell me what it would be. A neighbour who wants Homer Simpson who wants to go and have a look at Ned Flanders' new barbecue because he's jealous.
Nosy neighbour.
Nosy neighbour. There you go.
Nosy neighbour. Okay, sticky beak.
What's her name? What's her name? What's our resident Aussie?
Haley.
Thank you, Haley, for pulling me up. I leave it to Haley to be the official translator of my horse shit when I have.
That's awesome. No, but so my wheels are moving extremely quickly here on how you can become the sticky. Shut up, Johnson. Yeah, how you can be like a sticky beak. I see it. So think about this. So I mean, think about the different times of the year. So maybe it could be a local business that you can get involved with, like maybe a cotton candy maker. So everyone who comes through in that time gets a free cotton candy, or maybe a face painter.
It's a very good idea. Face paint is too slow. Face paint is too slow. Has to be. I like gifts. I like food. If it's a hot day, cold drink. If it's a cold day, hot coffee. One of my guys has got a branded up coffee van, fully Pimp Daddy, Pimp My Ride It Out with his company and his personal branding, that follows him around to open homes serving hot coffee in the winter and cold slushies in the summer. So awesome. I like the brand. Now that's a significant investment of $50,000 for a van, $10,000 to Pimp Daddy it out. But he's earning $1.8 million, so he can find the odd 50 or 60 one-off capital investment to do so. So what can you do along those lines that incentivize? And Greg, you know what I love about what you just said? In exchange for the promotion of the cotton candy, the peanuts, the cold drinks, the hot drinks, the coffee, whatever, in exchange for that promotion that you're going to do not only at the open house for them, but on your social channels to that geographic footprint that you've got, they need to give their product. So you're passing off the cost of that bribe to a third party who wants what you've got, which is audience.
Exactly. Puppies and kittens work extremely well to get people to anything. And I'm just thinking that we have a mobile pet delivery, not pet delivery, but pet adoption company here, and they'll go to a location for a certain amount of time. So you could promote it and say, hey, it's a non-kill shelter. It's really actually pretty cool. But maybe do a dog and cat adoption day at the open house. Maybe partner up with a local car company that has the new Tesla model that will give test drives, or maybe do a local hot rod car group that will do rides for kids. But they have to come to this location, So
let me throw a few thoughts on that, on those bigger things. Is that, Greg? My brain's going through them because they're new ideas for me that I've never thought of. So I love that there's a brains trust here where we can bounce ideas off. What I would suggest for most of your listeners, and this includes you, Greg, is go for the simple tweaks for now before you go for carnivals. You know what I mean? Like if you can get 100 free sample bags of cotton candy and do 5 open homes this Saturday. Just try this and do 5 open homes this Saturday with cotton candy. I'd rather you added little elements that we've talked about than try and revolutionize the methodology of the way you do business at open homes. So take names with some of the scripts we just talked about. Incentivize people coming and do a Facebook Live and do 5 of them. Man, if you implemented those things this weekend, that is probably too much. Slowly over the next period of however long, 6 weeks, maybe implement those few ideas and see where we're at in mid-Feb, in mid-February.
Yep.
Yeah, there's, I mean,
Agreed.
Because it's a deep well. It's a deep water hole we're going down here.
very, very deep, and it doesn't have to come out of your pocket as an agent, by the way. You guys can go to the Chamber of Commerce, talk to the new businesses, see what they're giving away already as, discounts or giveaways, to, promotions to get in their doors. Go do a live video with them on location. Go to coopout.com, at least here in the States. Go to coopout.com, and you can create a coupon for them. And then run a coupon for them during your open houses. So for that hour, for that 3 hours, for that whatever time frame, put $5, $10, $20 behind it. Get 3 or 4, different companies. So that's $40. If you're $10 per, $10 per, and you can have all the different value adds at your different locations, because everyone's going to be attracted to something different. So, Matt, Julie, and their 3 obese little wood denting troll babies, they're not going to want a 2-story. They need to have a 1-story with concrete flooring. Those little fuckers will just go through anything these days. Steel reinforced. Good Lord. But my point is, no one can see him smiling, but he's smiling from ear to ear. But my point is that, literally, so, Naomi and Glenn, they're going to want something different than Matt and Julie versus Greg and his no-name, non-existing woman in his life right now, which is so sad.
Have you split up too?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Shit, McDaniel? What is with you
dude.
two?
I don't know, dude. I'm like kryptonite to freaking chicks. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I think it's both since you've met me. You were both in happy relationships when you met me.
I know.
And now you're. Is it because you saw Naomi and you thought, shit, I give up? If he can do that, I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Twiddle's got this.
We're
We're just checking out. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Glenn has beat us, therefore life is not worth continuing. Oh my God.
Kind of true. We've had this conversation off air.
All right, so Glenn, I have a quick question for you on the topic of going and doing like 10 open houses in a day.
You see what I'm saying?
Were we looking?
Oh my God, I'm looking.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Oh man. For those of you listening on iTunes and Stitcher, Glenn is doing a little showing off. He's giving us a very visceral demonstration of him punching above his weight by showing us a picture of him and Naomi. So, yes, you guys should connect with Glenn and Naomi on Facebook, and you'll see what I mean. You can see all of their lovely pictures of them stupidly happy together.
With Arnold,
with Arnold, with Sly.
Come on, man. Yeah, now Matt and I are Matt's cat litter, and I'm dog food. I mean, I don't know what to say.
What are you going to do? I had to give you guys the context,
Yeah, very true.
Yes, exactly.
Very, very true. But all joking aside, seriously, the reason why Glenn is showing these photos for all of you guys that can see them is because he's really put a lot of hustle and grind, and he really knows what he's talking about to make himself stand out and be the celebrity. Air quotes, the celebrity in the marketplace that people go, oh my God, this is the guy I need to hire for my house. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger does not call you for no reason. I mean, you don't go skiing with Arnold because you're some Joe off the street, or Sly doesn't hit you up for to say hi just because you're some Joe off the street. Dude, you're legit in what you do because you put hustle and grind behind it. I mean, yes, the three of us, we banter, we play, we laugh, we joke, we make fun of each other, but reality speaking, man, I mean, and tell me if I'm wrong. Tell the public if I'm wrong. I hit you up the other day when you and Naomi were flying back from the U.S. back to Australia, and I said, dude, I need X, Y, and Z from you because I'm rebranding my team and my company, and you're the guy I went to. Now, why the fuck did I go to you? Well, you're a funny, fun dude, naturally, but you're also really, really good at making your clients stand out. Yep. That's the real thing about it. And that's when my team said, hey, look, we need to take new photos and we need to do this, that, and another thing. I said, well, if there's only one guy I know, Glenn Twiddle is my boy. And I'm going to call him up and I'm going to have him, help me rebrand us.
And, so and that question, I wonder, there's a couple of things there is, I'll get to the other point in a moment, but to that point of you called me, because so many people come to me, you need to have scale because there's only one of me and there's thousands of agents. So I even forgot. I've got this systemized so well. I forgot that Greg reached out. I forgot what it was that he asked. I know, right? Now that you remind me, I remember that. And only now do I remember because all I said, because Naomi was beside me, I said, hey, Noams, you need to get Greg the pics module, the photos module. And that was handled in an efficient manner. So look at the impact I made on my mate Greg. And if I didn't have the relationship I had with Greg, but it was another one of my clients, because I can't have the relationship I've got with Greg with 2,000 real estate agents, just like you can't have the relationship with 2,000 of your patch, in inverted commas. Right. I made an impact on Greg that he felt like I respected him, gave a solution to the specific problem that he had that was exactly what he needed, and it was so easy for me, I could have got back to whatever I was doing in Vegas and all of that craziness like that, right. And that's what you need to get your business to. You need to have it so that when they catch up with you in the street, here's the problem you'll have. It'll be, hey, Matt, how you going, man? Man, that thing we were talking about the other day, bud, that was killer. I did what you said, and, man, I already made $5,000 based on your advice. Yeah. And you're sitting there going, with no idea.
What did I tell you to do? Well, yeah.
Not only did you not know what you told them to do, you don't know who they are.
Right.
You have no idea, because there's thousands of them and one of you. And that's a first world problem to have.
Yes, it is. It's a great problem to have, though.
Yeah.
I love it.
So many comments.
Oh, man.
But to the point before, we've gone deep on one thing. And when we talk about hustle and drive, and that's how we started this thing, we've talked today, I mean, literally, if there was any doubt that Real Estate Uncensored isn't more valuable than most paid programs, this episode is that this could be a $200 training on open house mastery if you wanted to sell it, right? Mm-hmm. So there's that. But it's all of these little things. It's doing this one thing to your open houses and doing the open homes. It's getting your own book where you're the published author. It's getting a multimedia, multi-step follow-up sequence. It's getting the right scripts and dialogues where you sound cool and not like a douche at your open homes where it's getting all of those little things done that adds up to the celebrity thing I talk about. So I'm glad we've gone deep on one thing today, because that's very practical. They can do it. And it's doing those deep things, one after the other, that in 2 years, we'll have someone come up to a Real Estate Uncensored seminar we do in San Diego or something, 2 years from now, and they'll say, it was that open house one where Greg was feeling like shit, and he was that close to not turning up, that changed my life. And we'll be up.
And the thing is that the thing we're going deep on right now is something that doesn't cost any money. It maybe costs $40 if you do 4 open houses at $10 per boost. I mean, this stuff, guys, for you guys that are listening, that are new or reinventing yourself, or maybe had a bad year, whatever it was or is for you right now, hearing this now or in the ether, you know what? Take this, run with this, make it yours. Build upon what Glenn and I are talking about. And with Matt, the three of us are just bantering about. That's why we like to build this kind of stuff, is because the things that we're talking about, and we can go, I mean, Glenn, do we want to jump down this rabbit hole? Do we want to go deep on open houses and how we can really blow it out the door with everything right now? Is that something we want to do? Or Matt, the ever, hovering den mother, do we want to go somewhere else?
Thank you.
Well, I mean, we're sort of running out of time for this app, so what I would maybe throw to is let's schedule a time where we revisit this theme. But you know what I would want to see from your audience? I'd like to see some implementation on these few things before let's make them pay for something they should be paying a couple $100 for. Let's not make them pay in money. Let's make them pay in execution. If we can say, send Matt some details, send Greg some PMs, show us that you are doing these things and trying it, then let's go to the next level in 6 months' time, in 3 months' time. Whenever you show us we've done something, I'm here. I got more for you, bitches.
And that's why we love you, Glenn.
And this is Drop Mic, and we are at. I got more for you, bitches.
I can't afford to drop my new mic. It costs me too much money.
Which, by the way, before the show, guys, I was having total mic envy. When he jumped on, I'm like, oh, what's the new mic? Hello to you. Do you come here often? No? Oh, well, hello, Mike.
Need to get you into my life. Oh my gosh. We have so many great viewers and great live comments, guys. If you're not watching us live on Facebook, first of all, I'm very sorry for you. because you're really missing out. Haley says these two.
I will jump down on the comments after we're done and say good day.
Yes, you do. So Haley says these two can't keep women around. Thanks, Haley. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Haley.
Arne is dying. Michael Cohen says.
There's our new program. We need to get a new program, Matt, where I teach how to punch above your weight with Naomi. All the Naomis of this world.
I'm your first student. First student.
Oh, man. All right. Michael Cohen says, I really need someone to help me stand out. Never thought I'd consider a twiddle. Well, welcome to considering a twiddle.
Yeah.
So for
a twiddle, you need a twiddle in your life. Trust me.
That's right.
Oh, God, I'm going to shout.
All right. He also says we need to do that seminar in Seattle, please, and thank you. So, dude, we would actually love to come up in Seattle.
I meant San Diego, but let's go to Seattle, peeps.
That's right.
It's rainy as shit or sunny? Which one are you going to choose? Actually, I go see my brother and his whole extended family up there with his wife's side up in that neck of the woods. Seattle's great, man. We should do something up in Seattle. That would be a great place to do it.
Summer.
It's summer.
In the summer. In September.
And you guys all here
I'm coming in June because there's this certain Austrian dude who's I'm going to his house in June. So let's do something around then, when just before or just after I go to Arnold Schwarzenegger's house for a little party with some mates of his.
Name dropper.
Look at that name drop shit, man. You guys are sitting there thinking, fuck you, Twiddle.
That's
you guys can come. I invited Greg McDaniel last year. He thought I was full of shit. And then I tweet him from there and he goes, oh, he was real. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you I'm your +1 this year. Naomi, watch out. I'm coming for you. I'm his +1 this year. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
But, all right. So, Matt, go back to you. Fine.
Oh, I was just going to say we have a great comment from Pete Godfrey. It says, everyone needs a twiddle in their lives. I agree. We have one. But you guys can borrow.
You know that guy? I tell you, that guy's one of the best copywriters this country has. He's a genius.
Pete Godfrey?
Yeah, they call him the Wizard of Words down here. He is fantastic. I've got his programs here on my program. I know Pete's stuff is here.
Please PM me immediately. Johnson needs help. I'm not kidding. No.
Yeah, well, that's not far from the fact. Yeah, we can all use.
As if on call. Pete Godfrey stuff.
Oh, that's good stuff. No, but let's talk about the power of words for a half a second here. I mean, Matt and I, we've always gone back and forth in regards to do titles really matter and does verbiage really matter? Given that in communication, only 7% is actually the verbiage, the actual words that are spoken actually matters. But the words that are spoken have more power than we know when they're delivered with the right tonality and the right body language. The whole package is a very, very powerful thing. So if you guys walk over to a chick and be like, yo, what up, hottie? Yeah, want some of this?
I think I've found the source of your problems, Greg.
Suffice to say, that script is not in my new program.
But, I mean, if you walk up to the same girl and say, hey, beautiful, how are you? My name is Greg. I saw you from across the room. I want to come over and just introduce myself. Just change.
We're still in the same ballpark, brother.
That's why I'm single, dude. That's why I'm single.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
You want to know the line that got Naomi? Seriously, you guys want to know the line? I will give you the line that started everything with Naomi. You want it?
Matt, start the drum roll.
All right. So
I'm too busy getting out my notepad.
All right. So here it was, because I remember it, and I wish I didn't somehow, for some reason, delete the early conversations in Naomi, because if I could scroll back, because Naomi and my relationship started with her as a prospect, because she was a real estate agent, a high-performing one, nearly $1 million in commissions. Not quite. She was never quite the 7-figure agent, but north of $500,000, 6-figure agent. And I wanted her to come to seminars. There was no ill intent. She was one of 40,000 prospects in my target market. And I wanted to come to seminars. And a relationship of come to a seminar, no, too busy. Come to seminar, no, too busy. That's how it started. And eventually I got to know her mainly through Facebook and stuff, and, never came to a seminar. But here was the line that intrigued it, that started, the seed that was planted, and it was this. And I can't remember the exact verbiage, and I wish I could. It was something like, I know that the whole attractive woman thing is, must be part of your world, that must annoy the shit out of you or something. But I tell you, the fact that your intellect is dazzling or words to that effect. Your intellect is dazzling. And I know those 3 words were there, intellect and dazzling, but I commented on something that isn't just, hey, hottie, you're beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's almost like the thing that makes up her soul, not the frickin' genetic, roll the dice and I happen to be pretty, but the thing that she would pride herself on most is that brain of hers. I would still say her intellect is dazzling. I say it now and I say it the day I really met her, kind of thing. Mm. You compliment something that she's proud of, it's going to be so much better than what every other douche compliments. Oh, aren't you hot? Aren't you pretty? Oh, did it hurt? Oh, the fall from heaven, you angel, and all of that shit. You compliment something different, you're in a good space.
All right, so I got to stop using that line. The whole fall from heaven thing is out. It's cliche.
Let's get that out.
Okay.
Although, you know what? But making him laugh is better than, hey, beautiful, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Matt, take notes. But
but that's the thing, Greg. This is just for me and you, because I'm not even you. No, you know what? With the beard, you need more of my shit. Johnson down below, dude. That's why I hate you. I mean, I love you. You know that, bro. But when you look like Johnson, you need a different set of skills than when you look like Twiddle.
Hey.
You know? Greg, you got to lose the beard, brother.
I've got to tell you this, Johnson. Don't stop texting Glenn before the show about my beard, but because Matt's been trying to get me to shave my beard as of this recording. Hold on, guys, you two haters. Dude, I went to my buddy Andrew Graham, who's the guy who does Live Leap and everything that we use. He hits me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, do you want to go to Stanford for a football game? I got a 50-yard." tickets, that I can't use with clients. I'm like, okay, cool. Dude, I'm sorry. Co-eds loved the beard. Then we went to a country bar afterwards. I got hit on more than the hot chick. I mean, it was weird. And they're like, hey, so I saw you walk in and I just had to come up and say hi. And I'm like, well, hello back. Hi. Am I going to dance? Absolutely fucking not. I got 2 left feet and a bad rhythm. But I'll sure shit watch you dance. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It's the beard, man. It's the beard. Stop hating you two.
All right.
Don says shaved beard. I agree. Thank you, Don.
No, I put a little article down below that I wrote years ago called Beard or No Beard in Sales. And I actually analysed, because I've got a goatee. Granted, I've got a goatee. So I know this costs me sales because shaved head and goatee will cost me sales, but I'm okay with it because underneath this I don't have a good jawline like our frickin' friend Johnson here, bastard.
Big Johnson.
So I need it, and I'm willing to wear the 10 or 20 grand in money that I do not make based on having this. I know that I pay a tax on having this, and I'm okay with the tax.
Actually, Glenn, I mean, in all honesty, man, I have been doing this business for about 18 years at this point, and I've door knocked the entire time I have been prospecting in my business. I've never had a negative reaction in door knocking. Once I grew this thing, dude, men and women physically recoiled from me when I was at the front door going, hi. It's because of a big-ass beard and shiny, bright teeth going, hi, I got my teeth showing, and
you're
I'm hiding
6 foot, what are you, 6'7"? Yeah,
6'12", and I got a shoe size of 15, ladies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean.
But yeah, there is something to that. There is something to that. So have a look at the article.
Johnson is dying again. I love watching him just rub his eyes like, why am I in business with this guy? Why am I in business with this guy?
Thank God this is one of the last shows of the year because you are freaking. There was no leash. You're not off the leash. You can't see the leash. The leash is a dot to you. Though.
It's been a great year for you guys. I'm stoked for the year you guys have had. I've seen a rise in your guys' profile, and mate, I'm a mate of yours, and I mean the word proud shouldn't be because it sounds kind of condescending. But I can't think of a better word that I'm proud of what you guys have built for yourselves in the last 12 months, man.
I appreciate it, man. It's a lot of hard work. Matt and I, logistically have put in 3 years of hard uphill battle. And, you know, we've been able to meet amazing people like you, and just the viewers and the followers and the listeners, the people that reach out they are the gold. They're the entire reason that we do this. You know? What is that?
That guy there? That's
Yeah.
the number one real estate agent in Australia calling me. So
Dude, say
I will
hi.
call him back. Oh, no.
But you know, we do this because of the agents, like that guy that you just showed us. For all of you guys who can't see what
Matt
Glenn just did.
Steinwade is
Matt
one of my
Steinwade.
most respected human beings that this industry has. Can't wait to introduce you guys to him.
Love to
Did
meet him.
$5 million in commissions last year. $5 million. One guy, not the whole company, just
Slacker.
Matt. And man, he's a beast. He is and he's the sweetest dude. He is the most, man, I can't, you'll know when you meet him. He is just the word hippie's wrong, but he's kind of chill. He's in touch with himself. He's real. And does $5 million.
And you know
Sounds
what?
sounds a lot like Jeff Latham, Greg.
Yes, that I was just gonna say that.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
You've got a
exactly
Matt
like
Steinway
Jeff.
over there? Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
the dude,
yeah.
Jeff has been on our show a couple of times, and last time I talked to him, he kind of changed courses, but he was on track with he and his team to do $1 billion in sales volume.
Wow, what's
He
that
broke
work
it
out
down.
at? Does that work out about $5 million?
Every 35 agents did 35 million, or did something. It was some crazy conversion that he had worked out that he had done. Now he switched away, and the guy's just playing and having a great time. He's flying his plane, he's buying a helicopter, buying investment properties. He's doing great for himself, but he had hyper focus on what he was doing, and that's what Matt and I have put into this show. We've been hyper focused on bringing value to the listeners. That's why, you know, we have Glenn Twiddle. I mean, an absolute master of real estate, you know, on our show on a consistent basis, and we get to bust balls off the show, which is more fun than anything else.
That's right. This is only about 20% of the ball busting that's been going on.
Greg introduced me to this game, this
the pool.
frickin' 8-ball game, and I tell you, ever since he's introduced me to it, I think I've beaten him like 7 or 8 times. He's beaten me once or twice, and I keep expecting him. I keep expecting him to want to play for money now that I'm all confident. And he's Tom Cruising me in the color of money.
But the funny thing is, every time Glenn hits the ball, he goes, "Stupid game." He gets sucked into it. He keeps playing with me on a daily basis.
Oh my God, you guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know. We're
we've
total
got to
12
wrap it
wolves.
up. So, Glenn, how do people reach out and connect with you, for God's sake?
Well, I tell you what, here's a call to action I didn't think I'm making. I'm doing one of these in half an hour with Matt Steinwade. So, first off, if you guys got nothing to do, shame on you. You should be out there frickin' working. But if you have got half an hour, in half an hour, me and Matt Steinwade are going to do a little Facebook Live. So find me on Facebook. I'll share the feed amongst mate. If you guys could do it, find the feed, or I'll get Naomi to and share it in the Real Estate Uncensored group or something. Because that's a good way. But you know, there's a bunch of freebie. But you know, here's what I'd say: is guys, don't get, because Matt and I were talking about it, about offering you a free gift and stuff. You know what? This episode was the free gift. So for now, given that you guys have honored me with being a semi-regular every now and then, like the guy who on Happy Days when he turns up every once a season, where Mork from Ork turns up once a season. Well, now that you guys have honored me with being the Mork to your guys, Fonzie and Richie.
Oh my God.
There's no giveaways. What you guys got in this episode was some
For the love
actionable.
of God, I hope I'm pausing.
Oh, fuck no.
Greg McDaniel must be Potsy, I think. Eh?
That can't be
Yeah.
good. That can't be good. I don't know what that means, but that can't be good.
Wow, how young?
Dude,
are you?
I grew up without TV, man. My parents are ultra Christian, and I couldn't watch any TV. And we had colored pennies, like half the penny was black, half the penny was normal, and I earned pennies if I did certain things, and I got to deposit the pennies to get a half an hour of TV. Wow. Fucking sucked. And my parents fed me carob.
I don't even know what that is, but that's
It don't. Never. Just forget it from your brain. You erase it. It is horrible. It is an atrocity to
chocolate?
human beings.
It's not chocolate?
No, it's an abortion of chocolate. It's an abortion. It is horrible. It tastes like a garbage dumpster fire of chocolate. I mean, it's. Ugh.
Understood. So Greg's had a moment there. I like it. But no,
Yeah,
so
so by the
Matt,
way, guys,
the
I put,
gift they've got The gift they've got. Implement this. Don't get any more training. Don't get any more programs. Don't get any more coaching. Do that and feed it back to us in the group or whatever with how you went, because there can be a game changer in what they've got now. So let's try that before we go on to the next thing and the next thing.
I agree. So guys, if you're listening to this or watching this live and you implement the short, like the half-hour open house, guys, share your results. The best place to do that probably is the lead gen scripts and objections group. It's one of the places that we stream live. It is Aaron Wittenstein's group, and obviously Aaron's a good friend of ours in the show. 40,000 plus members in that group, so there's a lot of people that can give you feedback, and you'll encourage a lot of people by sharing your results there. So share them there. Arne,
and please, if you are going to do that, please ignore everyone who tells you it won't work. Right?
Yes.
Now, they're coming from a good place, but they will be there.
Then share the results. Yeah, don't share it. Don't share it in advance. Tell them after you did it and it worked.
Yeah.
Good
call.
Yeah.
Because
so
if you tell anyone, there will be your principal, your your broker, your colleagues, everyone's going to tell you it won't work. All of them. There's not going to be one that's going to say, good idea, doing it totally different than the way it's been done for the last 20 years. Yeah, unless they hate you and they want you to fail, that's the only time you're probably going to get good feedback to a revolutionary new idea.
That's true.
God, I love him. Can we keep him, Matt? I want to keep him.
I think we should.
I want to keep a Twiddle.
I'm going to get on a Matt Steinwade one.
That's true.
All right. That's right. We got to let you go.
Matt, how can I get a hold of you for a 15-minute conversation?
Very easy. So, guys, if you want to get some feedback on strategy, or if you need a second opinion on courses or coaches that are out there, especially if you're considering one of the people like Glenn that we've had on the show that we have a relationship with, that we trust implicitly, but you're not sure kind of what direction to go or who you resonate with or maybe what course you should get, just hop on a 15-minute call. I'm happy to ask a few questions, help you get some direction, point in the right direction. It's 15.bookjohnson.com. I will throw that in the comments as well, 15.bookjohnson.com.
Do not confuse that with 15inchbigjohnson.com. Very different website. You're going to get horrible outcome.
Horrible, Greg. How do people contact you? Not that they should, ever.
Oh my God, I've had more fun on this. This has made my day. I've been laughing my ass. I felt like crap. Literally since before I woke up, I felt like crap, and this has made my day. So thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Matt, for you guys being who you guys are. If you guys want to reach out to me, I am going to be doing a training starting January 10th with Hank Avix. It's going to be at the 36 to Life. We're going to be teaching you how to work your sphere of influence, and then. Guys, it's a $300 program for 4 weeks, but if you use the code Greg100, you'll be able to get $100 off. So it'll be $197. So it's like basically $50 a week for 4 weeks of training, guys. I'm telling you right now, take this course, and I'll put the link in the feed here in a minute. Take this course. And then I want you to reach out to Glenn, because as soon as you learn this, you'll learn the basics, like the foundation of how to work your sphere of influence. Then Glenn will take you to another level of being the rock star of your sphere of influence. They play on each other, guys. They don't play against each other. They play on each other. So check it out. Follow me on Facebook, guys, if you want to see me doing outbound cold prospecting. Generally, I'm doing them on a daily basis. Right now, I feel like a warmed-up dog shit on a dumpster fire, so I'm not going to do them this week, but I'm going to do them starting probably next week or something. But follow me, friend Matt, follow and friend Glenn, and buy everything Glenn has. You will be a better human for doing it.
No, not yet.
No.
Comment first.
No,
I refuse.
Glenn.
I will refund their frickin' money. And I'll say, did you implement? Then take your damn money back. Take it.
Perfect. I'm taking your course. I did not implement, good sir.
Yeah. Take it back. Take it back.
That's right.
See, here's what we've done. You want to know, here's a good principle. Take this one. This is your last bonus principle. We've used a very naughty, sneaky, manipulative tactic called convince someone, an audience, that you can help them by using that sneaky tactic of actually helping them.
Oh, that was
sneaky.
Awesome.
Sneaky.
Very sneaky. You're a tricky one, Glenn.
Glenn, you are a master I love it. That's a great way to finish this out. Matt and Glenn, anything else before we close this thing up? Because we are 7 minutes over. Holy crap.
We're way
Love
over.
you guys.
All right,
you
guys.
love
Hey,
you guys.
as always, guys, Matt and I do this show consistently in 3 years, as in 2 weeks. It will be 3 years and 2 weeks that Matt and I have been doing this. We do it because we love you guys. Please share this with your friends and family and coworkers and brokers and everybody else that might need us. Do not hoard us away. We are here to give so that everybody can succeed in this business. So long there have been people that have been, taking from agents who couldn't afford it. Matt and I wanted to be the Robin Hood of real estate and training and come out and guys.
And I'm the
like
Little
Glenn,
John.
And you're the Little John. You are. You totally are.
Will
and give
Scarlett.
back to you guys so that you guys can become the top agents in your marketplaces. But guys, you know what? As always, we love you. And until next time, peace out, ninjas. We gone.